All right, hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell All. This is the driver interviews with Bobby Fazio channel, and it is Tuesday. What's the date? Tuesday, December 17th. Wow, we got 7 days till Christmas Eve. How about that? And if you're hearing this right now, you can probably hear that I am a little bit under the weather. I came home from PRI with one of those PRI flus, I guess you would say. And the 4 years I've been going to that show, I think this is like the at least second or third time. So it's unfortunate. Kind of been like laying low the last couple days, but great time there as always. Got to talk to a lot of people and I really enjoy the PRI show. It was a little later this year than normal. It was December 12th to 14th this year. It's usually like 6th to the 8th or something like that. So a little later than you would expect, but good time. Daniel K. Davis, hello, still digesting all the information from PRI. I hope everyone is doing the same. Absolutely. Well, here's a guy that was at PRI, Walt Walker. Let's go. Happy Tuesday. Walt, you still digesting all the information from PRI? And are you well? Did you get sick, Walt? Get her done. Gary Ewing with that awesome, beautiful 69 Camaro. Gary, what class is that thing? I think it's a 350 combination. Brett Steven in that beautiful 67 Mustang. Good evening. How you doing? Happy holidays, my friend. Scott Cott. Hello, Mr. Fazio. What's going on, Scott? Nick Ryder. He's listening. Bruce Fulper's listening too. Oh, Bruce, man, your 428 Pontiac got a little beaten this weekend. Shout out to Danny Davis for covering the Tom Baker Friday night. Danny Davis, thank you so much, Danny Davis. That was very, very kind of you. Tom Baker's got you next year. Yeah, that was very, very kind gesture, Danny and his wife. Dennis Chapman, how you doing, Dennis? What's up, man? Hope to see you. Oh, there's Tom Baker. What's going on, Tom? How you doing? James Greasy, hello. Hope you're fit. Thanks, man. I'm trying. I finally got some real medicine here. You know, the Alka-Seltzer just wasn't doing it anymore. Man, that show looks awesome. It was. It really, it's a great time. And there's just so many vendors to talk to. It's like in 3 days, you still look back and you say, oh man, I never got to talk to so-and-so, or I forgot to go over to this booth. And it's cool to walk on the stadium and look at the motorhomes and the trailers and stuff, but there's so much simulation there. Did anybody check out the simulators that they had there? You could drive against, friends and had all the screens there. They had one area where there was just a bunch of simulators and a huge screen where you actually had like a race, like a virtual race, a whole bunch of you. So it was really cool. I've never done any of the simulation stuff. I don't usually go to that side of the show that often, but this time I was looking at it and I was like, man, that looks fun. George Wright, how you doing, man? How are you? NHRA Stock, nice to meet you at PRI. Nice to meet you too. I wish I could remember who NHRA Stock was. Just remind me your name. Don Kennedy. Don, we're going to commiserate with Don today. That Pontiac 428. I am well. Also, I know it. I can't either, but now that I'm tutoring, I tutor virtually. I can tutor and sound like this because I can't get the kids sick. So it's all right. I would feel really funny years ago when I was at kids' houses tutoring them. And if I sounded like this, I feel like the parent would be looking at me cross-eyed. Did Walt buy you any beers? Of course. He got me a couple gin and tonics, Craig, we can commiserate with Craig too. I think one of his combos got hit. John Winslow, man, some mad guys in Class Racer over the horsepower. Yikes! I know. There's a thread on Class Racer about the horsepower changes, which there always are. And what else? There's another thread. There's another Dawson Pauly thread. Mind you, we all love Dawson Pauly, but I guess he's pointing something out. If you want to see it, go look at it. That's all I'm going to say. Monty Bogan got the darn PRI flu. Monty. I can commiserate with Monty then. John Winslow. Yep. Mad. Only aluminum head got hit. All right. So I guess in the whatever head Bruce is using is all right. Iron heads. I feel your pain. Yeah, buddy. Right. Glenn Briglio. How you doing, Glenn? Glenn's in the National Dragster on page 161 for his national record. in one of their categories. I don't know, H stock automatic, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'll go with that. Check it out, page 161 in your National Dragster. Pretty cool. It came out really nice. I'm really excited about it. So we owe all that to draginsights.com. Check out your stats. Check out your opponent's stats. There's a QR code on page 161 in the National Dragster if you want to sign up. All you need is an email address. It's free. Free version means you can check out your own stats. And I think you can check out other people's stats for like so many clicks. I think you get a little taste of it, and then it like locks you out. And then you have to become a premium member, which is only $79 per year. You know, we spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go racing. $79 per year to have an extra tool in the pocket if you need one, I think is a good way to go. Oh, getting a phone call there. Sorry, sir. All right. But draginsights.com, contingency sponsor as well. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance, 602-284-6240. Never even got to see Don Kennedy at PRI. Don, I'm very upset about that. I was walking around, and I'm sure Don was walking around. We never even crossed paths. And I never got to get interviewed on stage for NHRA, which I was a little sad about. But Don Kennedy, get your race car insurance going, guys. We're hoping things turn around here. We're hoping inflation comes down a little bit. But in the meantime, 602-284-6240 or 1donkennedy@gmail.com. And I can't forget the original LupeTortilla.com. They are the sponsor of this show every Tuesday night. Original LupeTortilla.com since 1983. Great year, right? Houston, Beaumont, College Station, and Katy. Thank you, Stan and Sheila Holt. I think Stan Holt might have gotten a horsepower hit. And in case you forgot, driverinterviews.com is my website. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you could. Give a like, give a share. Share it with a million of your closest friends. All right, who else is out there? And we got them all flying in. Did I make it to the stage? No, I did not. They just didn't have any room for me, which was unfortunate. There was like a moment where they thought maybe Saturday, but I wasn't going to be there on Saturday all day because I had to fly out. And then it just didn't pan out. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was a little sad because last year we had a big crowd. The last couple of years it went well. It was a real positive thing. It's not like I don't say anything negative when I'm up on the stage. I don't bash anybody or definitely don't say anything bad about NHRA or any racers or anything. I try to keep it light, funny, and promote what we do. That's all. Hi, Jimmy Carter. How you doing, sir? Thank you for your donation, Jimmy Carter. I appreciate that. Don Kennedy got 8 more horsepower for Christmas for the 428. What a Christmas present, right? I'm telling you. All right, where are we here? I'm a little out of order. My plan was to thank Jimmy Carter for his donation, which I just did. And then I want to shout out some birthdays, and then we got a couple more sponsors, and then we'll get to it. So birthdays, this is on the Drag Insights homepage on the calendar. You can see what races are coming up and whose birthday it is. Jesse Fritz and Lou Avolio, December 12th. Happy birthday, Jesse and Lou. December 12th. And then Terry Nolan, my favorite Chevy 2. Terry Nolan, December 13th. Happy birthday, Terry Nolan. All right. Man, the comments are just flying in. I can't keep up. Oh, boy. RocketmanCoatings.com. Hey, did anybody see this at PRI? If you went to the Total Seal booth, Rocketman is now doing coating for Total Seal, which, I mean, I'd say 90% of us use Total Seal rings to begin with. So now chances are you're going to have a Rocketman coating on there. So RocketmanCoatings.com. If you want to get any other parts coated, go to that website. Talk to Rocky. He can get you set up. Engine builders, tell your engine builder about it. And contingency sponsor as well. We love contingency sponsors. Speaking of contingency sponsors, 00 Green Hand Cleaner. That's Ashton Hudson, Comp Eliminator Standout. You can get that product on Amazon, and he pays contingency for divisional events, and he pays very fast too, I might add. So thank you, Ashton Hudson, for doing that. 00 Green Hand Cleaner is great in the shop, but you can also get regular soaps too. If you go on ambyampersand.com, you can get soaps for your house too, which is what I have. I have a whole kit. So highly recommend that. Kenwood Welding and Metallizing. That's Tom Baker. He's here. He showed up. We're happy to see him. Hi, Tom. How you doing? We missed you at PRI. And PontiacEngines.com. That's Bruce Fulper. And we know he's here. And that his 428 combo got a little hit in the front wheel drive conversion. GT Superstock. All right. All right, Ed. How you doing, man? Yes, appreciate it. Jason Wisman, first time tuning in. PRI is in my hometown, and I've never been. Oh man, you should check it out, dude. Howdy, you got a PRI hangover? Yeah, I do. I guess that's what you could call it. And you know what's sad? I drink. The whole week leading up to it, I was trying to prevent it, and I was drinking these things. Anybody else use Airborne or Emergency? Didn't seem to work. So maybe I'll stick to Emergency. But like I was trying to prevent it this time. I was like, I'm not coming home with a PRI, ailment, and Airborne didn't work. Bad sponsorship proposal there for Airborne. Airborne. Ay. All right, good to see you, Ray Minnick. How are you doing, buddy? Bill Marshall. How you doing, Bill? Hope to see you soon. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it, man. Happy holidays to you and your family. Chris Epps, Pete Lanciers. What's going on? How you doing, Pete? 340s are safe, man. You're feeling good. Christmas in San Diego is going to be all right. All right, guys. I can't keep up with the comments. I hope you are watching and enjoying the stock eliminator video from Pomona. I got the super stock video coming out. I was working on it for a little bit today. Way behind on my videos, and I feel bad, but I'm trying to get them out. I'm going to try and get that one out this week. Super stock Thursday. Still got Tim Ames in the pipeline. I got Jimmy D. Frank in the pipeline. I got Comp Eliminator in the pipeline. I've got the mule from the test mule, the 68 Hemi test mule from Indy still in the pipeline that I forgot about, which I got to get back to. That's pretty cool because Herb McCandless is in that one. He just comes over and starts talking all about it and all the things that they changed. So I just let the microphone keep rolling and the camera. So lots of videos to get us through the winter time. The 2025 National Event Category schedule is up. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. It's not that important because stock and super stock will be at every national event on the Mission Tour. So nothing to worry about there. There are some classes that don't run every national event, and you can see that on NHRAracer.com. No quotas have been posted as of yet. You don't really know the quota until the entry list opens up. So the entry list opens up about, 10, 12 weeks before the national event is scheduled to begin. Gainesville is the first national event, first weekend in March, I think. So that will open up. Last year it opened up right around New Year's, and it only takes like a minute to fill up stock and super stock. So, I mean, even if you have grade 8 grade points, even if you have 20 grade points, you got to be quick on your computer to get into Gainesville. Last year, they started the quota at 60. I think they increased it to 70 after the whole cluster with the entry list opening up early. It opened up like 4 or 5 hours early, and the only people that got in were the people that knew about that. So hopefully they just leave it at 70 again for stock and super stock. I mean, you're going to have 100 and something. Combined, you'll probably have 200 stock, super stock cars at the divisional the weekend before. Give a lot of them a chance to stick around and run the national event. That's what I say. Let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Terry Nolan, how you doing, man? Happy birthday from December 13th. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Morgan Taylor, hey, Merry Christmas, Morgan. How you doing? Joseph Eustace, greetings from North Carolina. I want to hear your take on the resurgence of class racing and IHRA. They had a booth at PRI, which I did not get around to. That's another one that when I got home, I was like, you know what? I would have liked to have gotten to that IHRA booth just to see what's up. So let me ask you guys your opinion on this right now. So we're going to go out of order here, and we're going to skip right to that IHRA. So IHRA has entered into a partnership with Speed Sport One, a motorsports leading news organization, with its content to be aired on the live racing network, Speed Sport One. A FAST channel, FAST channel with direct-to-consumer delivery. It's on every stream platform, including Amazon Prime, Pluto, Roku, which is what I have, Fubo, which is what I have, and Sling. Fubo, you might want to check into that stock. It's only at like $1.60, $1.70 right now. And I think that could be a pretty decent platform in the years to come. That streaming is like big. So there's a free play for you. Don't quote me on that. But Fubo, Fubo, check it out. It's only like $1 something a share. Durana Hybrid, which first joined IHRA as a major marketing partner in May 2023, is a subcontractor for some of the most iconic brands on the planet, including Amazon, FedEx, UPS, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Kraft, Target, and Walmart. And according to IHRA President Kenny Nolan, these are huge steps in our goal with the hashtag IHRA Return to Glory. We're building strategic partnerships for the long term. This is a monumental day for IHRA, our racers, and track partners as we move into an exciting future. So that's really, I know IHRA's got some big things happening, which they haven't had big things happening in a long time. So the payouts look like they're pretty sweet on that page that I was looking at. Now, I don't know, are they still going to have classes for us to race in, stock, super stock, things like that? I've never raced an IHRA event in my life. I've raced at IHRA tracks before, but those were different events. It was like NMRA events. So I've heard you're treated very well at an IHRA event. They're bringing back the Nitro Jam series, which I never raced in one of them, like I said, but I know payouts were really cool with those and generous. And I would definitely be open to running IHRA events. I'm reading payouts of like $12,500. That's more than you get to win anything on the NHRA level. So might be something to look at. Rocket Man Race Coatings. Billy got the flu also and brought it home to me. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, Rocky. Ray Klotz, feel better, Bobby. So, Gray, I guess you're all right. So what was the surprise hinted in Dragzine? Nothing that I heard of. I asked Ned Wallister. He said, no, I don't know. Nothing. And he told me to go talk to Lonnie. I kept trying to talk to Lonnie, but Lonnie was always in a conversation every time I walked past the NHRA booth. So I've got nothing. I've got no new announcements. I went on the guide today to see if like Tesla was in there or something. I didn't see anything new in the guide. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Dragzine, maybe it was just a hoax, or maybe they know something that none of us know yet. PRI was awesome, Ray. Good to see you there. Good evening, Gary and Dana Jacobson. How you doing? Late to the party, but we're here. Dave, you weren't at PRI this year. What's going on? Or you were, and I didn't see you. Brian Zenzen, he's home. He's back in the States. Thank you for your service, Brian. So you got to go to a football game, so that was really cool. And reunite it with your wife, man. So that's always a great thing. Welcome home. Amcam 124, Joe and Reinhardt are both sick too. Get out. All right. So were they on? Did they have their podcast today? Venice Perno, how you doing? I saw Venice there. A few weeks back, there was a notice from NHRA towards stalkers. Did I miss that? But what was it about? I think it sucked that they couldn't find 30 minutes for you. 30 minutes? Oh, 5 minutes is all I needed. 5 minutes would have been just fine. I don't need 15 minutes. It just would have been nice for them to say, Friday, or squeeze me in just so I know when. Because I had a lot of people asking me when will you go on the stage? And I don't know. And I didn't want it to be like a last minute thing. They said if somebody cancels, they would let me know. But then what could that be like? Hurry up and get here in the next 5 minutes and you can go on stage. Well, then I can't round up the crowd like we had last year. So I don't know. Gary, I didn't hear anything. And I asked Walker, and I don't think he heard anything as well. Walt, right? Did you hear anything before you left? Mark Sargenti, what's going on? How you doing, Mark? Maurice, Jacques, listening and watching. Kim Rhodes, what's going on? How are you? Avery McClawhorn, was nice to meet you and Dad at the PRI show and at Yard House. Walt Walker, all the IHRA classes are back. All right, so I got to find out where and when the events are going to be. It said that they were to be posted at a later date. That article was from 3 days ago. So I haven't heard anything yet. I don't know. I need to Google more. Maybe I can find something. But if those payouts are going to be anything like that, I'll skip some NHRA races to run IHRA races. I'm not joking. Long ago, IHRA had near identical stock and super stock classes. I believe it. Early 90 and late 2000, I remember IHRA very well and loved it. All right. The rumor is GT Stock Eliminator. I've heard that tossed around for years. So I don't know if I'm a fan of that or not. One day I was, and then the next day I wasn't, and then I was, and then I wasn't. But I'm like, I don't want it to turn into super stock. Stock is stock for a reason, And stock is still the performance-based class. Super stock is very, very rare occasion. It's a performance-based class. There's way too many classes in super stock. You start throwing GT stock around, then it's like, ay. But I guess I could take my 2013 Ford Fusion and throw a nice big motor in it and run with that, right? Had I been there, you definitely would have spotted me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good evening, Moody Racing Chronicles. What's up, Brian Moody? How you doing? I hope we see you out next year in Top Sportsman. Mike Taylor, I was there when IHRA made their announcement. They have my attention. All right. That's good. IHRA will need to claw back some of the signature tracks that fled to the alternate sanctions. IHRA had GT stockers. Yep. Interesting. How did it work out for them? I mean, I can't ask now because they went under, but I can't imagine it was because they had IHRA stockers. But was there a lot of participation in it? Scott Giordano, what's going on? How you doing, man? Pete Lanciers, Walt, is that more like crate motor stock? Yeah, I don't know. This would be interesting. Stockers. Yep. Coyote in your Stang. That would be wise. That would be wise to do that. A nice 302 Coyote. Probably get 300 runs out of it. Change the oil. And then get a freshen up, right? All right. So that's IHRA. Anybody, here's anything else? Let us know. Comment. Let us know about that. All right. So the PRI show. I mean, I had some good conversations with some vendors. I wanted to ask anybody, is anybody running Renegade Racing Fuel? I had a good conversation with Renegade Racing Fuel. I kept trying to go to VP, see Freddie Terza, but there's a guy that's always in a conversation with people. Most of us run VP Fuel. Some people run Sunoco Race Fuels. You got Fuel Factory now. You've got Renegade. I don't hear too many people running Renegade. They have the comparable fuel cross list. It doesn't look like they still have a cross for C11 anymore. They used to have R11. I don't see it on their website anymore. And they used to have a C25 similar fuel to that. And I don't think they have that anymore. But they've got the 110, 112, 114, 116. Is anybody running it? And it sounds like it would be hard to get. They're looking for dealers. I overheard them talking to other people, and they even mentioned to me about running the fuel and becoming a dealer. I'm over here in New Jersey. If anybody else is thinking about doing that and wants to team up, let me know. But I want to know about the fuel if anybody's running it and what they've noticed with it on the dyno and on the track. What else? Yeah, I mean, things that we already covered. I didn't hear any announcements about Stock Eliminator, but we just heard that there's a rumor. And I wasn't on the NHRA stage, which you already know. I saw a lot of people on the stage that, I was like, kind of makes you wonder, like, how these people get chosen. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't care that much. I did get to do a nice interview with Scoggin Dickey Parts Center, Johnny Alonso, who's a Wyotech alum. He races Stock Eliminator out of Division 4. He's from Texas, young guy. Actually, he's 38 years old. I thought he was younger than that. But they sell engines. I mean, we were looking at a a Gen 5, a 6.2 liter LT engine. It's out of a 22-23 Copo. Now, as far as I know, it was a 376 cubic inch, 415 horse motor, but it might not have been. I mean, that's what they said when we were there, but I'm wondering if it's a 385 horse motor, which in any case sounds like it would be a killer combination in stock and super stock, a GT super stock, which is where they were thinking about running it. Now, they want to know if you could run it in a truck. Can you run that in a truck in GT super stock? I'm not sure. So if somebody could let me know, I'd be interested in finding out what the deal is with super stock truck. What else? Yeah, you can buy that engine right from Scoggin Dickey Parts Center, along with a myriad of other parts. So they can get you set up. Talk to John Alonso. They had a really nice setup there at PRI. Nice guy. And if you have kids that are looking into getting into like a tech school, UTI, Wyotech, he can get you set up with that. Another stock pick, by the way, UTI. I said long ago, 15 years ago, I always thought the trades were coming back because office jobs were like, everybody's going to college to get an office job. Trades were going to come back. Well, wouldn't you know it, one of my stock picker subscriptions picked UTI And it seems to be a good pick right now. So check that one out. Another free pick for you. See that? We don't just talk class racing on here. I try to help you guys make money too. All right. As far as PRI, we had a good time at the Yard House. Drag Insights. Alicia was there. Revan Evan Smith, Anthony Bongiovanni, Peter Biondo. I ran into him at PRI. Who else? Edelbrock, Billy Carroll, Total Seal, Hoosier, VP. Like I said, I for a minute got to talk to Fred Terza. Renegade Race Fuels. Let me know if you guys run that. Who else? I was all over. I got a bag full of business cards. CHE Engineering. I was pretty impressed with what they had to offer. A LS valve train conversion kit, which kind of caught my attention for a small block Ford. So that's, you're just trying to learn stuff, just trying to talk to people. Lots of piston manufacturers. Got to see CP piston. Klotz, Cometic. Got to order a set of head gaskets for my Superstock car. Just things of that nature. The Klotz, has anybody run the Klotz Superstock oil? The 16-weight oil that they came out with last year. I want to know if that's been helping anybody make a little more horsepower. So let me know about that. So anyways, that's just PRI in a nutshell. You just go around, talk to a bunch of people. You have a plan in your head to go to a booth. And on your way to that booth, you get stuck in 20 different conversations with people that each last 20 minutes. And before you know it, 2 hours, 4 hours, hours have gone by and you forgot what you were even trying to get accomplished. So that's the PRI show. Other than that, it was painfully cold out. Painfully cold. It was like 15 degrees the first 2 days. Like, just wasn't ready for it because it's only been like 30s and 40s here. Envy Nightclub was fun. The Drag Illustrated after party on Thursday. I got to go to that for a little bit. And lots of racers there. Lots of big name racers there, too. It's really cool. Highly recommend it to anybody that goes to PRI next year. All right. Let's get into the horsepower. GT, different year, engine combos. Crate motor stockers are different, similar to factory GT SS. Crate motors, okay. I raced in stock at the NHRA World Finals years ago at Rockingham. No quota for car count. Place was packed. Great show put on, but I was schooled by Jimmy Hutto from Texas in the first round. Aha. Jimmy Hutto. Yep. Was it in the Corvette? No, it must have been in the Camaro back then, right? Vic Gilmino, how you doing, buddy? Stock is great because it's essentially been the same since creation. Do a lot with factory castings. Don't change a thing other than aftermarket wheels. I want some Steelies with hubcaps flying off. Sounds good, Brian. Thank you. Update, New Jersey. Appreciate all the content. All right. You got it. Ray Minnick, why they have this in Indy is a mystery. Orlando was a better venue. Yeah, I never went in Orlando. However, I had to fly from Philly to Orlando and then Orlando to Indy. And that just made me really wish it was in Orlando. It was so nice out. Yeah, so going from Orlando to 15-degree Indy was definitely a shocker. All right, so as we all knew with the horsepower updates, mind you, this is on NHRAracer.com. If you want to see if your combo got hit with horsepower, just go to NHRAracer.com. They have a link for the changes that they did just based off of their objective AHFS, their math, okay? Then they have a section for horsepower reductions. That's for racers that submitted a combo for a reduction, combos that have not gone that fast over the last year. So number one, we all kind of knew that the 1967 to 69 Chevrolet 396 325 horse combo was probably going to get a hit, and it did. It got an 11 horsepower hit. So now it's going to be rated at 336 horsepower. That's a big jump. Now, I really feel bad for anybody with a 1967 Camaro who is stuck with this combo, i.e., Ken Robinson, who races in Division 1, because if you have a 1968 or 1969, you really don't have to change anything in your car. You might have to add 50 pounds, and you can just claim the 396 350 horse engine, which is only rated at 330. So you went from 325 to 326 with the 325 horse motor, but now the 350 horse motor is rated at 330 this whole time. Same piston, same deck clearance, same head casting, same valve sizes, same gasket thickness, same compression, same chamber volume. The only difference is cam lift. And the 325 horse motor had a 398 intake exhaust cam lift. The 350 horse motor has a 461 480 intake exhaust cam lift. So really, you don't have to change anything. You can just run your 325 horse motor as a 350 and just claim it. It's only rated at 330 horse. So you can only do that for 68 and 69 because they didn't have the 350 horse combination in 1967. So the 67 Camaros are really, they're stuck right now. And I don't know what they'll do. The 325 horse motor in 67 was a CDE car, but now it is a BCD car as a 67 Camaro. Meanwhile, the 68s are now CDE cars, and 69s are now CDE cars. But I don't think anybody's going to run them anymore. So it's going to be 350 horse combo from here on out. I'm wondering why nobody was running the 350 horse combo for 5 horsepower. You got all that extra cam lift. They didn't think that was worth it. You get same carburetor, like same everything except for that cam lift. That's crazy. So, I mean, now they got another combo they can work on. And then I guess if they want to protect 350 horse combo now, you can just claim the 336 horse combo and run that at various places. So I don't think it's the end of the world. It's almost the end of the world for a 67 Camaro, though, for sure, but not for the 68 and 69 Camaros. And then you see other combinations on the sheet where you're like, wow, who was going fast with that? Who was going fast with a 396, 375 horse 68 and 69 Camaro with a manual transmission and aftermarket heads? So that thing was rated at 400. Now it's rated at 405. Who was going fast with one of those? I didn't even realize. Yeah, Tom. Did Horensky get hit? That's the 68. I saw that 68, 69, 428, 335 horse. It says Mustang, Cougar, and Shelby. So yeah. Who was going fast with that? That got hit last year with the aluminum head. This says, I'm confused now because this is a different aftermarket head. The aluminum head went from 380 to 388 last year. But this is a, let me see, Ford 428, 335, 388. Yeah, so I guess this is the same one, right? So this is this is the aluminum head. So now it's rated at 397. So this took a beating. Yeah, that's 1968, 69, and 70 Mustangs, Shelbys, and Cougars. So that's a tough one. But are the Shelby and the regular 428 Cobra Jet, we'll say, are they identical combinations? Because I thought there was different blueprints involved there. I thought the Shelbys are allowed a different manifold, and I thought they were allowed a different. I thought they had a little more cam lift. But somebody can let me know about that. The Shelbys versus the regular Cobra Jets. Bradford Skeldorado. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Casey Miles. How you doing, buddy? Hey there, Don Anderson. What's up, man? Williams Brothers. Yes, good call, Walt. From England. They are very capable of going fast with that B-stick 68 Nova that they have, 69 Nova with the 396. Manifold and carb. Don't know what else. Excuse me, guys. All right, I was hoping to get through this whole podcast without a coughing attack. Puzzled somewhat by the 5 horsepower hit to the 72 351 Cleveland 275 automatic combo. Now 330, same as the stick. Who was going fast with that? Who was going fast with that? So a lot of who was going fast with it questions, and in the end, the 305 Malibus that many were fearing were going to get hit didn't end up getting hit. So you're in the clear. In the clear. And then we've got some reductions, we'll say. Let's see, what kind of reductions do we have here? Now, it's only showing the ones that like passed. It used to show you the ones that got rejected, but it's not showing you those anymore. So anyways, we've got some Chevy 327, 325 horse combos in the 68 Nova, 68 Chevelle, 68 Corvette. All got reduced to 292. They were 327, 325s that were rated at 300, and they all got wiped down to 292. Even the 325 rated Corvette, that got reduced all the way to 292. So that's a nice present for the 68 vets. Supercharged 302s for Ford 11 to 14 Cobra Jets got reduced, it sounds like, to 375 from 380. And what else? A 92 to 94 Achieva got reduced from 100 to 95 horsepower. That was in stock. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It does say the stock no changes. So, yep, it's got the rejections right there. I don't see anything too surprising. Sometimes you wonder what people were thinking submitting a combo. And then super stock horsepower changes. Let's see. Cobra Jets, couple Cobra Jets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 Cobra Jets got a reduction, and 2008 Chevrolet 364 cubic inch got a reduction down to, it was 361 horsepower, now it's 356. 2008 GT rear wheel drive, and then it's got a couple of rejections down there. So not that many reductions. There aren't usually a whole lot of those. But some other ones that I know of, some combos that were submitted, and I don't see them on there. So I don't know if they're going to put out a couple more or not. All right, let's see. The guy down south, Glasner, okay. Wendy Carr, how you doing, Wendy? Hope you and Mike are doing well. Haven't seen you guys in a long time. Chuck Weisberg, how you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. That was a dish motor that got hit with the 428 Ford. Ryan is good. Okay. Well, I thought all the 428 Cobra Jets have dish pistons in them, aside from super stock only Cobra Jets. Super stock only Cobra Jets had a flat top piston in them, and you can only run those in a, 1968 fastback Mustang Cobra Jet super stock. All the other 428s that we're seeing in stock Eliminator, 428, 335 horse, I thought they all were, even the Shelby, I thought they were all dish piston. So interesting. I'll have to look into that. Thanks, Hot Rod. Richie Pauly, 67, 428. Well, it would be the 1968 428. Brett. So, yeah, I guess he was going fast again this year. I know he's very capable of going fast and can qualify number one. So he must have done it a couple more times than I thought he did. Casey Miles, how do we know that this is all the engines getting horsepower? Maybe NHRA is still looking. I don't know. I'm guessing I think they would have put them out by now. Usually they put them out like within one day. So I doubt that they're looking at it anymore. Yep, 68 fastback. What else? The 1988 89 GM 350 went from 292 to 296 in front wheel drive GT. So it's a super stock now with an automatic transmission and aftermarket heads. That's why I think that's our buddy Craig Galtieri, one of the combos that he runs. And the 1968 Pontiac 428 375, which was rated at 335, which is amazing, is now 343 in front wheel drive GT, automatic transmission with the aftermarket heads. And that's our friend Don Kennedy. So let's see. Lots of interesting things there, but I don't think it was as interesting as years past, right? I don't see that many people like up in arms. Everybody kind of knew what was coming. So I don't know. I don't. You go on Class Racer, you don't see that many people. Like it's not like 20-page thread. So I guess it wasn't as big a deal this year. All right. That's all I really got for the horsepower ratings. I just, I'm not a Chevy guy, but I see how the 67 Camaro just got really hosed. So Kenny, put a 302 and a 4-speed in that thing and call it a Z28. All right, entries are open for the 2025 Skag Pro Shootout in stock and super stock, February 6th to the 8th Let's fill that field up, guys. Don't make Bo Butner regret not inviting people. All right, fill that up. I don't know how much the entry fee is, and I don't know how much it is to win. It was 30 grand to win last year, and there was only 32 cars. Now there's 48 cars, so I'm assuming it's going to be. I think it's going to be a higher payout, right? 40 or 50 grand to win. Who knows? Toyota's withdrawing NHRA sponsorship after the 2025 season, which is kind of sad, but hopefully the big three maybe capitalize on that. Hopefully the big three's marketing strategies get pointed in a different direction next year. Hopefully this outgoing administration doesn't, obstruct what the incoming administration wants to do with like relaxing regulations and maybe not forcing EVs down everybody's throat just yet when the country's not ready for it. Last but not least, check out page 161 in the National Dragster. The national records are in there, and we appreciate Drag Insights for getting the ball rolling on that, and the crowdfunders as well for keeping up with it. We did it in July, we did it in December. NHRA is already asking me if I want to do it again next year. I asked them if they would just take the initiative and do it themselves twice a year next year, and they didn't really tell me that they would. So I guess we'll find out, and I might be doing it next year as well. So what are you going to say? I just got a message from Ricky Decker. I didn't see him at PRI, but he's had a fever and the flu. He got the PRI, the gift of PRI also. So Ricky Decker, we hope that you're feeling better, bud. Hope to see you next year too. And by the way, congratulations to your son on a phenomenal year. Maybe to preserve my voice, I should start having some more guests on. So let me know if he wants to come on. Anybody has any drivers or whoever that might want to come on the show, or you want me to try and ask them to come on, maybe we can do it between now and February until racing starts. Brian Lone says he would like to come on as well, and I think he'd be an interesting conversation. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you tonight. As you can tell, my voice is just about shot. So let me know. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Comment on anything that we talked about tonight with the horsepowers, with the IHRA. Comment with your experiences from PRI if you learned anything, and you want to share that with us. We appreciate that. All right, guys, have a great night, and I don't know if we'll do a show. I might go live on Christmas Eve, but like not at 8:30 at night because I'm hosting Christmas Eve, and I'll have a big party going on at my house at that point. But maybe in the morning or something. Well, I'll just pop in and say hello and see how y'all are doing. All right. Hey, you like crap, pull the plug. Everyone understands. Glad I didn't go, you bunch of sickos. You look terrible. Why don't you pull the plug? We all understand. Take 2 bed and go to aspirin. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Take care.